Welcome back to the Conversation Unscripted. I'm your host, Larissa Richardson. First, I want to thank everyone who listened to and supported the first episode. Launching this podcast was both exciting and nerve-wracking because Lord knows I put it off for a while. But the response has been incredible. It reminded me that sometimes the thing we're afraid to do is the very thing that we need to run to. Today's conversation is one that I think every woman needs to hear. We're talking about wealth and what wealth really means to you. More specifically, why wealth often looks different for women. For many years, I believe wealth was simply a number, like a certain salary, a certain amount of money that I had in the bank, a certain amount of savings, a certain lifestyle, a certain car, a certain bag, although I'm really not a bag girly. Like I can literally get a bag from, I don't know, Walmart. And if it's cute, it's cute. Shein, if it's cute, it's cute. I'm not really like a label type girl, but you know what I'm saying? Like wealth looks different to different cultures. It looks different in the Black American community than in other communities. I can only speak on my community, but I'm just saying like it looks different, right? But the older I've become and more experiences I've had, the more I realize that wealth is so much bigger than money. What does wealth mean? When you hear the word wealth, what comes to mind? For some people, it's $1 million. For others, it's a luxury lifestyle. You popping bottles, you on yachts, taking trips to other countries. For some people, it's simply retirement. It's simply not having to live check to check. It's being able to take care of yourself, your financial responsibilities, being able to take care of your children, even your grandchildren. But I want to challenge us to think about wealth differently. Wealth can have choices. Wealth can be having peace. To me, at this stage in my life, at 46, my big grown age of 46, wealth to me is definitely peace. Wealth can be having enough flexibility to attend your child's game, take care of a parent, start a business, or walk away from something that no longer serves you. Money matters. Let's be clear. Like we all have responsibilities. We all have things that we want to do in this world. Definitely, we need some source of income. Um, but money is only one component of wealth to me. Women often build wealth differently. One thing I've observed is that women often experience wealth building differently than men. Many women are balancing careers, we're balancing businesses, raising children, trying to keep our marriages together, caregiving responsibilities, and countless other demands. Not to mention, as we start to age and your eyesight is going away, and also now menopause or being perimenopause hits, and now you're trying to maintain that cute figure. There's just all kinds of things. Sometimes we put ourselves last. Most of the time, in my opinion, we put ourselves last. Sometimes we pause our goals to support someone else's dreams simply because God created us that way to be those caregivers. Sometimes we have to rebuild after life takes an unexpected turn. For me, when I grew up, I thought I was going to have the perfect marriage, the perfect family, the white picket fence, buy a house. My husband's going to come home from work and we're going to sit down and eat dinner together. Fast forward 20 plus however years later, I am now in a committed relationship, marriage, partnership, moving all around every 2 years. So my world looks totally different than how I thought it was going to look when I was in high school. But because of that, our work journey may not always look linear, right? And that's okay. Your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's. I feel like people get so caught up on social media, what's happening, what they're seeing, what people want you to see about their lives versus the reality is life is hard. Like there are some days when I just feel like, how am I going to get everything done? Not saying that I want to check out of here, but I just genuinely feel overwhelmed. To some people, they might see, oh, Larissa is successful. She has, her children are doing well. She has businesses. She has a full time, career working for the government. She's obtaining her doctorate degree, but there is so much that comes along with that. Sometimes I am literally exhausted mentally and physically. It's just a lot. My personal perspective, as many of you know, I wear a lot of hats. Like, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a realtor, I'm a federal employee. I'm currently pursuing my doctorate at National University and with a specialization in financial management. And I am in the dissertation phase, and it's more mentally exhausting than the writing portion because you're constantly waiting for someone to tell you if your work is good enough in the extent of, are you writing on this particular level that it takes to become a doctor, right? To obtain this level of education. I'm also an entrepreneur. Like, my real estate business, I'm trying to launch that, being fairly new here in Maryland. No one knows me. Like, people know me in my hometown in Georgia. No one knows me here. So what does that look like? Real estate, as you all may or may not know, the sales industry can be grimy anyways. Real estate even more so. It is super cutthroat. Like, people are always trying to, they might see your client and they're already plotting, like, how can they take your client from you? It's like, basically, you got a good man or you got a good woman and somebody out here plotting and scheming trying to take them from you. That's how trifling realtors can be. And I'm just being 100% honest. Not only you have to think about other realtors, there is companies like out here promising you, oh, we can get you leads, we can help you with your marketing. They stay in my inbox. I'm like, please get out of my inbox. Unless you're finna give me something for free, baby, get up out of here because I don't have time. So there's just so much. There have been seasons where I focus heavily on my career goals, growth, other seasons where family needed more of my attention. Like I told you all, I have three daughters. So I have 28. Is she 26 yet? Maybe almost 26. Look at me. That's how the old brain works. Almost 26. And then my baby girl is 16, who is an avid, an amazing volleyball player. So she stays in our pockets, stays using up all of my time. Like, literally at this point, I feel like I'm working for her. And then I have my middle daughter has two grandbabies who I love dearly, and I wish I could spend more time with them. But if she tells me, Mom, I want to have a surgery, when she was giving birth to both of my grandbabies, we were all the way in Hawaii or in California with the first one, and I'm hopping on a plane and I'm there because I'm that mom. If my kids need me, I don't care how old they get, I'm going to be right there, like until the end. Until God removes me from this earth, I'm going to be there. So at times my goals get put on hold, for the sake of my children. And I feel like they need me. And that's my duty. Like, that's something that brings me joy to be able to show up for them. And there are seasons when I have to take a hard look at my finances and ask myself what I wanted for my future, what do I want my future to look like? Like, really trusting God, relying on Him with everything in me. What does this really look like for my future? One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent decisions. It's built when nobody is watching. It's built one choice at a time. Like, I am literally in a position right now where I'm just re-looking at all of my debts. Like, even from building my business, there's a cost to that. There's a cost to being a realtor. Like, I'm putting out thousands of dollars and may not necessarily be getting thousands of dollars back in. So I'm operating at a loss. And I understand that's the cost of business, but I keep telling myself, God manage household, God manage business, God manage assets. Like, everything in me is like focused on God, right? Like, one of the reasons I'm passionate about real estate is because it remains one of the most accessible ways for everyday people to build wealth. When I think about why I'm in this, I want to be able to help my siblings understand real estate, buy real estate, to create income to give them a better life and ultimately like my nephews, my children, and my grandchildren. So I feel like there's a whole village, a whole tribe that is waiting for me to win. There's a whole situation where I can help change the quality of their life. And that means so much to me. For many families, home ownership is the largest asset they will ever own. Real estate creates opportunities for equality, stability, leverage, and legacy. But real estate isn't the only path. The bigger lesson is ownership of assets, ownership of decisions, ownership of your future. The more ownership we create in our lives, the more opportunities we create for ourselves and our families. I also believe wealth includes things that cannot be measured by a bank. Healthy relationships, Lord knows, peace in your home, peace in your life in general outweighs any bank account to me because without peace, you're putting stress on your body. You're putting stress and strain on your body. And to me, stress kills. Like, I don't know if y'all, I grew up, that was something that the old folks used to say stress kills. So I'm not trying to have none of that. I'm still getting carded at 46. Like, don't play with me. When I go to the bar, they're like, I'm sorry, but oh, no, baby, you can card me all day because this skin and this, is definitely given radiant and youthfulness. Okay. Good health is so important. My hormones are going crazy right now. So I can't even tell you the best way, girl. This is how you keep your weight down because I'm still trying to figure it out. When I figure it out, I'm definitely going to share it with y'all because I don't gatekeep. Time, freedom. You can never get time back. That is the one thing. Time is constant. You can never go back. So we have to be very intentional about what we're doing, how we're spending our time, who we're spending our time with. Hello? Like, you're not finna play with me in this season. Personal growth, my faith, as I mentioned, a God managed whole life, like holistically, spiritually. I am trusting God with everything in me, even down to my connections. I'm asking God before I make a decision to connect with someone, God, is this what you want from me? Faith, my purpose, my peace of mind. Peace of mind is everything. I will love you from a distance. You are not finna come over here and disturb my peace. Not on a Monday, not on a Friday. Okay. We are not playing them type of games. I'm out of that. Oh, I gotta be nice because I don't want you to leave my life. No, baby, exit stage left. If you are coming in here causing chaos and confusion, I don't care if you're a family member, been a friend for however many years, I'm not going to allow you to pull me out of the spirit. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, friend. You're going to have to be on the island over there by yourself. I met people with significant financial resources who are unhappy. The people that you're seeing on social media that are like, oh, we're baby, home's broken. You got to just stay in your own lane, right? You got to just face your reality. Don't worry about nobody else. I met people with modest income who felt incredibly wealthy because they had strong relationships, meaningful work, and peace in their lives. I cannot stress peace enough. The goal isn't simply to accumulate money. The goal is to build a life that feels rich and fulfilling. Whatever that means to you, which may mean something totally different than what it means to me. As we wrap up today's conversation, because, oh, child, I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking and y'all probably tired of listening to me talk. I want to leave you with a question. What does wealth mean to you? Not society's definition, not social media's definition. Lord knows the TikTok, the Twitter fingers, the X fingers, the Facebook fingers, it can do a lot for your life. Let's stop the mindless scrolling, okay? Not society's definition, right? Not social media. I will just say that again. Not society, not social media. What is your definition of wealth? Take some time this week to think about that. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Conversation Unscripted. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who may need this conversation. Until next time, keep building, keep growing, and keep creating the life that you deserve. I'll see you in the next conversation. Bye.